Welcome, brothers and sisters. My name is Eros, and today we got a video slightly different from usual. This is not an episode of the regular series. This is an extra, if you want, that we are doing because brother has written me a very intelligent question. So I asked for his permission to make a public response for anyone who may be interested, with his permission, of course. So I'm going to roughly translate it from Italian. I hope you will forgive me with my usually terrificant English. So, Parzival B has written me, "Hi, I'm a silent spectator since the beginning of this channel. Thank you very much. Besides giving you my most sincere compliments for your clarity in exposition and the quality of your contents, thank you very much again. I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the service of information, divulgation on the magical theme that you bring. I deeply thank you. I will take advantage of the situation, if it's not too much disturbed, to ask you about the utility of correspondences, because in fact I've never really understood their use in magic, and this is the matter of today. For example, in the tome of Master Crowley, Liber Septem 777, so full of correspondences. How could it be used? I hope it's not a question for you not appropriate, or that is anticipating the next contents. In any case, thanks again. Peace and abundance to you. Peace and abundance to you, brother, even if I don't know if you're watching also the English response. Well, and sorry for the translation. But, well, first of all, thank you for the compliments, and to understand why correspondences may not be so clear to you, we may first of all take our responsibility. So this is a very humbling question for me, because caryatids like me that has been studied for too many years, 15, 20, no clear clue. Well, sometimes it's a little hard to take in real considerations the basics that we need to explain as teachers. Forgive me. So, correspondences are a language that we speak to communicate what we need or want to express, manifest, or understand in magic. For example, we take in consideration, we need to use correspondences, just like if we me and Parzival, for example, we would like to go to Germany and have a nice fresh beer in a pub. We may need to speak German to make our desire expressed. In the same way, when we practice magic, if me and Parzival were to work together in a magical operation, we will need to use correspondences as a language. I hope I am clear, but I'm gonna do a few more examples. Now, in Spellwork, the series we are keeping along now, we are going towards with, we use correspondences in Spellwork to clearly express what we want or need to manifest or make happen. Now, on the other side, Parzival has clearly and intelligently quoted Master Crowley, depending on how you want to call him. So I'm guessing he has a clear understanding of ritual magic. Now we know that traditional popular magic are on a side and ritualistic ritual magic are slightly separated. On ritual magic, we use correspondences to communicate, again, in the language that we need to speak, not only, just like we do in Spellwork, with the universe or God or the eternal light, depending on how you want to go, the principle of everything. We are talking with this outstanding force while also talking with ourselves, with our subconscious mind, to express how we want to change, to transform ourselves, not just what we want to manifest. That's why we use also correspondences in ritual. That's why Liber 777 exists in the first place. But we will get to that. Now, on the opposite, on a different side, we use correspondences also while working with tarot cards, not to speak the language, not to communicate what we want or need, but to understand the correspondences on the card itself. So we're going to take the little symbologies to understand better the meaning of the card itself or of the reading that we are doing. Now, so he's speaking a language. If you want a different example, we could say that correspondences are a language, just like we could use a language on the field of computers. We are programming something. So, for example, in this case, in Spellwork, we are communicating what we want to research, what we want to find, just like we do with a browser, for example, just a little more powerful. In rituals, we are programming something. We are programming ourselves with the language of correspondences to change the operative system within ourselves. And with tarot, it's just like reading scientific papers and trimming them down through the use and understanding of the language of correspondences. Now, the second questions included within the question my brother has given me is, how could we use Liber Septem of Master Therion so full of correspondences? How could we use that? Well, we could use Liber Septem 777 just like we use the Book of Thought for cards, also of Master Therion. How could we use that? Well, just like a guide, a dictionary, if you want. So we are not going to usually read it from page 1 to the last one. We are going to face correspondences that we find and search guidance within the pages of the book to understand it better. Or we are going to try to find correspondences to explain them to ourselves in the moment that we encounter them. Now, I hope the explanation was at least a little clear. Again, English is not my first language. I did my best to translate these questions also in English. If it wasn't clear, let me know. If you have any more questions, or if you have different questions, so we could be going on a little longer. If we need to have longer explanation, maybe we should do a direct or a live. Let me know if you're interested in something like that. I will strive to do my best to answer as soon as I can, or to do this direct as soon as I can, and we got the means to do them. Otherwise, and in any case, I deeply thank you for your questions. I deeply thank anyone who followed us along for your kind attention, and may eternal light shine